So a soft fork is not a chain split. To be sure, if you split a chain, so if you have two different routes, you will become, or you have become, a hard fork. So a soft fork always comes back together, as a nuance from on the previous session. So is this new to blockchain technology? No, most definitely not. We have the Linux distribution system, for example. If you see the slide, if you check it out for a second, it might already seem recognizable for you. So you already recognize all the different forks in this case compared to, for example, the Bitcoin blockchain. So you have, like mentioned before, many different types of forks on Bitcoin, but also you could see it also as not only the Bitcoin blockchain, but all the other spin-offs from that, like Lightning or Litecoin, Peercoin, Ethereum, or Ethereum is not a spin-off of course, but it's a new construction. So you could also see it like that. Those are all different use cases or different blockchains tackling different use cases. So no, it's not new. We've seen this before in the Linux distribution, only now we apply it on digital currencies. So for the very first time, we now have a sort of a Hayekian experiment, named after Hayek. I think it was Siegfried Hayek, I'm not sure, probably not. But Hayek mentioned that you should have an open market for currencies to experiment with. So everybody could make it or his or her own currency. And if you have that currency, people would determine themselves whether to use it or not. Normally it was always centralized, so either a government or a king or some central form of authority determined what the currency was. Only, I'm not entirely sure about that. I think before the centralization there were local currencies as we've seen beforehand. This time we have local on a very local scale. So if you're playing on a playground, you can have the Mary token, or you can have the David token, or the whatever. If you're going to play poker with a few friends, you can make your own token. So many digital currencies can be exchanged. Only question is, of course, what is a currency is a currency valuable? It is only valuable if people deem it valuable, so how many people will use it, etc., etc. So for the first time, we apply forkology in currencies, enabling people to create their own currency, experimenting in such a way that hasn't been done on a global scale before. So very interesting times for us as economics. A good example of this, by the way, a further thinking final question is, how do you see Bitcoin in this case? Is Bitcoin the Bitcoin Core protocol, the original protocol? Is it the Bitcoin Cash protocol? Is it the Bitcoin Gold protocol? Or is Bitcoin all these different protocols together, and does it represent the freedom of choice for the users? Think about it for a second. Let us know your opinion. And we will see you in the next session where we're going to discuss the benefits and the downsides of forks.